Good day. So today I'm going to talk about the foundations and concealers I use or have used, because I thought, I'm so tired today. I've had about 3 hours sleep. I looked like a train wreck, and I thought, it's a good time to talk about these things because I needed them today. I really did. So my skin type is combination. So like up here will get really dry, but like around here is oily. You can judge what I say about my products against that. So if something's quite oily on my skin, for someone with dry skin, it would probably suit really well. I'm going to start off with my all-time favourite foundation, which is YSL Perfect Touch. I believe I use shade 6 most of the time, unless I've been on holiday. But I always end up going back to it, whatever I try. It's not great for going clubbing in, I must say, because it can make you look a bit shiny if you're sweaty. So, yeah, but apart from that, it's brilliant. It really evens out your skin tone and covers any blemishes. The only downside is it is usually about £30, I think. I mean, I get it at Debenhams when I can afford it. It is pricey, but it's so worth it, and it lasts for ages. And the other thing about it is you do not need a foundation brush, because it is a foundation brush, and it's a good one, so highly recommend that. Also, obviously, as I said about the clubbing thing, if you do have oily skin, then probably don't go for it because it is very creamy and will make you look shiny. If you're feeling tired or hungover, don't look your best, then my sort of safe foundation is the YSL, of course. Another favourite foundation of mine is from MAC, and it is the Studio Fix Fluid SPF 15 in shade number NC35. Not that anyone else probably uses that colour. It's a little bit too yellow for me, I must say. Sometimes I do mix it with others, but it is a really good day-to-day foundation, I think. It makes the texture of your skin look really nice, but then the coverage is not half as good as YSL, I think. Just destroyed it. I'm sorry, Mac, I love you really. So if you're not looking to spend that much in the way of foundation, then something I would recommend for pretty much all skin types is Max Factor Xperience. When you first put it on, you can literally see how good it is. It's like, oh my gosh, I was not expecting that. I think it was about $9.99 or $10.99. The shade is Brown Hessian, whatever that means, and it's SPF 10, which is better than nothing. But yeah, it kind of feels like really rich at first, but then when it dries on your skin it turns kind of powdery, so it is really good and it does cover well. After I tried Max Factor Xperience, I was pretty like, oh wow, I've got to try some other Max Factor things if that's so good. But just don't, because Smooth Effect foundation by Max Factor is rubbish. It's not even worth trying. Everything about it is awful. I tried Lasting Performance. It's okay. It does last, but it literally feels like it's clammy. Like you've touched your skin and you're like, oh, I've got slime on it, pretty much. Ugh. A foundation I really wouldn't recommend is Revlon Photo Ready. I was expecting amazing skin. Maybe it was because it's called Photo Ready. I had way too high expectations from something that's about £7. If you're a fan of foundation sticks, one I'd really recommend is the Bobbi Brown foundation stick. It stays on forever, literally, and it's a lot better than the Rimmel Hide and Conceal. Is it Hide and Conceal? Hide the Blemish Concealer. It is a lot better than that, and even though this isn't strictly a concealer, it pretty much does the same thing. But I was an idiot and tested it under a really dim light, so I ended up getting a shade that's really way too yellow for me. So I wasted a lot of money on something that makes me look like I have jaundice. Now if you don't want to go for a full-blown foundation, something I would recommend is number 7's Dual Protection Tinted Moisturiser. I've tried this in the summer when I've got a pretty good tan going on, and it is really good. The only thing is if you have oily skin, I don't think it would be so good. But you know, it's SPF 15, it's hypoallergenic, which is good because I tend to get sensitive skin. But yeah, aside from the lack of shade choices, it is very... When it comes to concealers, I've been through a lot because I am a night owl, and as such it has quite interesting effects on the dark circles under my eyes. They are massive a lot of the time, like now because I've only had 3 hours sleep. So I've been through a lot, and I'm quite fussy because, as you probably know, concealers can separate when you put them under your eyes because there's a lot of expression, moves the skin a lot, and it tends to go into creases, which makes you look like you have wrinkles when you blatantly don't. And sometimes they can even flake, which is not good for a concealer. The worst one for that is, although it's not technically a concealer, I guess, Garnier Roll-On Caffeine Infused Anti-Dark Circle. Yeah, if I've put that on, you can tell because, like, there, my skin will look really dry and flaky. Soap and Glory Trick and Treatment. Now, I got this about a week ago, I think. It's okay. I mean, it's meant to sort of help eliminate dark circles and bags, which I don't even suffer with. A little bit kind of sheeny. It makes you look quite oily under there, which is really what I want. Another fairly popular general concealer is Maybelline Superstay 24 Hours. And what can I say about it? You know, when it comes to concealers, generally, I think you get what you pay for. I mean, Benefit do one, what's it called? It's really booiinng. It's like a little thing like that, not that, but yeah, I used that a lot in the past and it lasted for ages. I think it was about £15 back then, but yeah, that was really good. Something like that, you know, I guess it's good for blemishes, but at the other end of the price range, Too Faced Absolutely Flawless Concealer. Now, for a tiny little tube, yes, 8 millilitres. I probably got that wrong, but you know, you can see it is quite small. You don't get a lot for the, what, £17 it was. I don't know why I got it. I like Too Faced. I liked their eyeshadows, their palettes, their smoky eyes and natural palettes, really good. So I thought, hey, let's try their concealer. I probably shouldn't have done because it's so sticky. Everything gets stuck to it and it just like kind of, it never sort of sets. It's a gloopy mess and it is good, but they need to sort the consistency out, that's for sure. Something that's really good is L'Oreal's Touche Magique. It's good for really sort of brightening the area, but it does need a lot of blending, I've found. But no, the consistency is really good with it. It's fairly cheap. You probably can't see it because I've used it quite a lot, but it's like a little wand with a little twisty bit you click, like a lot of them do. Fairly good range of colours, shades I should say. So yeah, that is probably what I'd recommend the most when it comes to concealers. Now I forgot to mention another amazing concealer, and probably because I threw it away because it ran out. But anyway, it's by the amazing YSL once again, and it's called Touche Eclat. You've probably seen the advert somewhere, but it really is amazing. That is the best expensive concealer. And the L'Oreal Touche Magique, those two, best. Anything with touche in, apparently. Touche, is that how you say it? Touche, touch, touche. The sciencey bit. What you got to think about is anything you put on your skin, makeup wise, isn't going to be particularly good for it. And I think most people know that, but no one's going to stop wearing makeup just because it won't do your skin much good. I mean, you can help by getting a foundation with SPF 15 in, because it acts as another barrier against the sun, which is your skin's #1 enemy most of the time. One rule with foundation and looking after your skin is let it breathe sometimes. Don't sleep in it, because it'll break down the collagen in your skin, which keeps you nice and young and beautiful. And how you look after your skin when it comes to foundation is what you do with your skin before and after you wear foundation. So that means moisturising properly before you wear it and cleansing your skin properly when you're taking it off and re-moisturising. Some foundations claim to be anti-aging and have some magical potion within them. To be honest, if there is anything good in foundation, it's going to be a very small amount of it. If anything's going to help your skin look younger, it's not going to be the foundation, it's going to be the moisturiser you use. Aside from that, really, as long as you take it off properly, then it shouldn't really do any harm. I hope I've given you some pretty decent advice about foundation and concealer. Thanks for watching and hope to see you again in my next video. Goodbye!